welcome to Unify. If this is your first time coming to my channel, thanks so much for checking my content out. And if you're coming back, welcome back. I really appreciate you. I know it's been a little while since I've done a collective reading for you guys here on YouTube. I think the last one that I did was 3 months ago, I think it said, when I did my very first, right after I did my very first market to give readings. And since then, I've been just focusing more on that, getting, I would say, more organized, really setting up more of like a flow and a system for myself, creating my own spreads, which is something, you know, if you watch my old videos, you know, I'd say like, oh, I just read intuitively, I don't have any specific spread, and, you know, still true, I still read intuitively, but I have, at the very least, just kind of redefined how I do my readings in a sense. So yeah, that's what I've been working on since the last time you guys saw me, just creating more structure, I'd say, and of course just continuing to learn, always learning, always you know, studying tarot and mediumship, just so that I can provide better readings to everybody out there who watches these videos or who sits with me one-on-one for a reading. So yeah, with all that said, I am still going to do a week ahead reading for you guys today. It's just going to be slightly different than what it was before if you had watched this. Of course, if you haven't watched any of these videos before, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and pull the overall energy of the week ahead with my traditional tarot deck. That's going to be more like what you can expect to happen this week, what things are going to just be unfolding as. And then in that, or with that, we're going to then dive in to how we can move through that energy with my Angel Oracle deck there. So that's going to be like what actions we can take, that kind of thing, where we can shift. And then after that, we're going to dive into the outcome, or what you can expect to happen at the end of the week, after you've moved through this energy, how everything's going to turn out. And then after that, we're going to just close the reading with my cards here. And just a quick run through as well, because I didn't say just now, this is a traditional lighter weight deck I got off of Etsy. I think it says the Neo Rider Tarot on the box. And then this is Doreen Virtue's Angel Oracle, Threads of Fate, Empyrean deck, and this one is Fez Ingrid, I don't know, that's this. Seed Sickle, if you're curious. And I'm sorry if there's some background noise. I had some incense lit, and I just realized how smoky my apartment got from lighting that incense, and so I did go ahead and open my balcony door here to let it air out. So I apologize for any background noise. Hopefully we don't get too much of it though. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dive in for you guys. I'm really excited to be back. And just FYI guys, I will be posting these videos regularly now. One of the things that I did in my time off of YouTube was create a schedule for myself that I felt was easier to follow, because once I started to do markets, it was harder to follow my schedule because I was drained after trying to record a reading while also doing markets. Was just, it was becoming a lot. So just doing it in the same time period. So yeah, schedule to obviously record my readings a little more ahead of time, which is better for everybody. So that I can make sure I can provide you guys this content, as well as be there for people in person and continue to do events and all that. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and dive in and get the energy for the week ahead. So let's get started. I already did shuffle and clear all these decks, but I'm gonna go ahead and just shuffle again just so I can feel the energy. We are pulling for the week ahead, Spirit. Thank you so much. Let's get that one and that one. And I'm gonna cut it off there because I don't want this to be like too long, but I did feel a couple more cards. So if I feel like I need to go back, I will. Two of Judgment, the Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands, okay? The Nine of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So what are we dealing with this week, guys? This is a lot of cards already, and yeah, let's just see what story this is painting. It's also 7 cards, so maybe this is giving us like a day-by-day breakdown. So I'm gonna look at it like that, and I'm gonna look at it like collective, obviously, because it's the week anyway. So it looks like starting out with the week, we're having some sort of awakening with the Judgment card. Something is going to be made clear to us. That's going to really open our eyes and cause us to move in a different way than we have been up until this time. So maybe this is like paradigm shifting information, paradigm shifting encounter or conversation. So this could be a phone call, this could be something you read, this could be you overhearing a conversation or having a conversation with somebody who's maybe they're where you want to be in life. Maybe they've experienced something that you've experienced in life and overcome it. There's going to be something that is going to open your eyes to your situation and is going to cause you to move forward in a new way than you have been. Because in the Judgment card, you can see there's this angel here blowing this horn at these people who are illustrated to look like they're like dead, they're all gray and rising out of coffins. So but this is like feeling like something is over for you, feeling like maybe you've been going in the wrong direction, or like you just don't fit in your skin anymore. And I've been feeling like that as well with all these astrological events going on, things that are happening in our economy and in the world. Just obviously we're all feeling very uncomfortable with those things, but in general, energetically, feeling like your skin doesn't fit anymore is what the Judgment card reminds me of. And it's like this feeling trapped because you're maybe limiting yourself to who you've been, so it makes you feel dead inside because you're like, man, I just want to be brand new. I want new energy, and the Judgment card is new energy coming in. So I think that starting out the week, there is going to be some sort of message with that, and this is going to be life-changing because it's also major arcana. So this is going to be something that is going to really help us move forward. And then we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands symbolizes a celebration. This could be a marriage, birth of a child, something like that. But this is like setting solid foundations as well. So this is you moving further toward the things that you want for yourself. Like if you're trying to start over again, going back to the Judgment card, and you're trying to build the life for yourself that you actually want to be living, and it looks totally different than what you've experienced up until this point. This Four of Wands is making me think of you. I'm getting like setting the foundation for whatever it is that you're wanting to experience, yes, but it's also you realizing how far you've come, and it's minor arcana as well. So I'm feeling like this is like you having an experience where, I don't know, it's eye-opening again. It's like it's taking me back to Judgment, and I don't want to be repetitive with it, but it's feeling like you really finally recognizing all the work that you've done, finally giving yourself credit for how far you've come and all that you've accomplished to get to where you are and to become the person that you are today. Because I feel like, and I do this myself for sure, I struggle with this, or I have, giving myself credit for the things that I do. And I just kind of keep going through the motions and like on to the next thing, and I don't stop to acknowledge what I've accomplished. So if you struggle with that, or if you're the kind of person who is constantly saying to yourself that you need to be better, or comparing yourself to other people and their accomplishments and feeling like you haven't done enough or anything like that. This is you finally recognizing how much that you've done, and maybe even letting go of comparison. That could be the big thing that is helping you to move forward in this brand new way. It's like no longer comparing yourself to other people and where they are. And again, that's giving you reason to celebrate yourself. It's what I feel with this Four of Wands. It's celebrating all the work that you've done, because you've done a lot here. And of course, it is just the 4 out of 10 cards in the courts. So, it's not the King of Wands or the Emperor, but it is still an accomplishment. You might not be where you ultimately want to be. If you want to be like the head honcho in your field, or you want to be, the best at whatever it is that you do, you're not there yet, but you've come really far. And so I feel like this is you celebrating that. There's some sort of celebration. Then we also have the Ace of Pentacles, and I'm going to just say we're on to Tuesday now with the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a new opportunity coming in the area of your finances, your career, your household. This is some sort of opportunity that's going to help you to level up in some way. This is feeling like we have like communication, celebration, and then after that, this is you feeling like ready to take on like a new, like it's like an up level in like your status. This is you realizing what you're really capable of. Like after you've realized how far you've come, it's like, oh wow, I actually did all that. Like, hold on a second. I could probably get to the next place I'm going. Like, I didn't know diddly squat when I did all this other stuff. I was just doing what I had to do. And, I ended up in this good place because I didn't give up on myself. And this is you having that realization, and then really starting to think like, wow, what else can I do with this? I'm just realizing, you guys, I'm sorry. This is you being like, what else can I do? And really starting to discover and uncover like the potential that you have with this Ace of Pentacles is what I'm feeling like. So it's not, it could be an offer coming in for sure. Definitely. I would say if I had Page of Pentacles, then we have the Page of Swords, so hey. Communication. But this is you maybe finally putting certain ideas into action that you were nervous about. This is you launching a new facet of your business that you were afraid to touch on. This is you maybe finally like making some sort of investment. This could be an investment in like the stock market. This could be an investment in yourself. This could be an investment in like a business venture or something like that. This is like you finally taking some sort of risk, I feel like, or it feels like risky to you. It doesn't matter what it is, but some sort of risk where it's causing you to level up. It's causing you to create. It feels like creating new timelines where you're able to accomplish more than you were before. That's what I get with this Ace of Pentacles. And then we move into the Five of Pentacles. And I think this Five of Pentacles and this Five of Wands, I think this right here, just because of all the surrounding cards being like so lovely, I really feel like this is you really leaving behind, this is you changing your mindset. It's like, okay, you finally had some sort of wake-up call, and it like triggered you into finally acknowledging how far you've come, all that you've done, the potential for where you can go starts to come to mind when you realize how capable, adaptable, intelligent you are. And then after that, you're moving into this Five of Pentacles. This is you really giving, letting go of things that don't serve you. This could be like poor financial habits is what I get, because it's Pentacles for one. This could be like you're letting go of giving away your money to things that don't serve you. Like this could be you're no longer overindulging in things that hurt you instead of help you, or that are I'm tying it back to health, and I'm trying to find the words to say it, but that could be detrimental to your health. That's what it is. So like this could be your mental health, or your physical health. This could be just if you live like a pretty sedentary lifestyle, this could be you finally starting to exercise on a consistent basis. If you overindulge in drugs and alcohol, this could be you finally saying, hey, enough is enough, and putting those things down. This is you, maybe this realization over here with judgment is realizing how this could also be you realizing, again, what things are holding you back. And then this Five of Pentacles, this is the middle of the week, Wednesday, as is like you finally being like, enough is enough. I'm ready to make this change. I'm ready to stop inhibiting myself, to stop limiting myself with this Five of Pentacles. I really feel like, and if no matter how that pans out or how that looks in your life, even if that is like cutting off connections, because there are two people here, cutting off connections with people who are not encouraging, who when you say you're doing good, you know, there's this air of like jealousy and, you know, anger or anything like that, because you know, they're miserable and they don't know how to break out of their own cycles. And so like, you know, you're finding that you're around people that just drain you. That could be ending those connections. It's watching too much, watching too many horror movies. I mean, we're just coming out of October. Or too much of the news, or porn even. These things siphon your energy supply. And so this is you really paying attention to what is giving back to you and what is taking away from you. And you're walking away feeling exhausted, drained, like you don't have time to devote to the things that you really want to do and really want to create for yourself. I feel like on Wednesday or this week, I feel like you're really going to be saying goodbye to those things for good. And let's go to Thursday. We have the Five of Wands. So this card talks about there being like having to, it's like a difference in opinions. It's like if you're working on a team and everybody wants to do their own thing and nobody can come to an agreement, nobody wants to compromise, everybody just wants to do their own thing. And when this pertains to us, I feel like as, you know, collective, we're really sorting out what is priority for us in this. Again, you know, we're letting go of things that don't serve us anymore, whatever that looks like. And then we're also in that, what does serve us, I think we're like prioritizing things. I think we're maybe up until now, we've wanted to do so many different things and it's been really overwhelming because we're not sure how to go about it, where to start, what to do first. I know I definitely have experienced that, and like I've said in the intro, you know, the past 3 months I've just been like, you know, I paused on YouTube because I felt overwhelmed in my personal life. There was so much I wanted to do. I just didn't know how to execute it. I didn't know how to start, and like it, you know, it's taken all this time for me to feel like I'm in a place and like I'm actually ready to try to execute all of it. And try being the active word there. I'm going to give it my absolute all. But yeah, it's that kind of energy. It's being stagnant because you don't know how to start, or maybe you just like, you have started, but you did a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit here, and it's just like kind of all over the place. So I see, you know, this week, that energy coming to a close as well. If you felt scattered, if you felt like you don't know where to start, where to go next, or, you know, you want to do such and such and you started it, like me, I'm going to use myself as an example. Started this YouTube channel a few months ago, and then going on to the next thing or whatever, and then like, you know, forgetting about this, not forgetting about it, but just being okay, like that's not a priority right now because this over here is overwhelming. This is like an end to that. This is you finally getting your thoughts in order and being able to take precise action. And I know this isn't the Eight of Wands, but I am seeing the Eight of Wands in my mind as I look at this. This is like you shifting out of this energy where you just can't, like you're just not moving forward. You're just kind of standing here, like going back and forth with yourself, into taking precise action. And that's going to make you super fulfilled here with this Nine of Cups. This is like, it's not the King of Cups or anything like that, but it is you having gone through all these cycles. You have to go through the whole cycle to get to the Nine. So this is you like letting go of feeling like you're in a lack mindset. So this is you feeling gratitude. This is you feeling like no matter what, you know you're in the right place, and you know that you are able to make something out of what's available to you. Because what I'm seeing right now are the Four and Five of Cups specifically. And in the Four of Cups, there's a person sitting under a tree with their arms crossed, looking at three cups on the ground, and then there's one being offered to them in the sky. And then in the Five of Cups, there's a person in a cloak looking at three cups spilled over, and there's two behind their back. So this is the end of that energy with the Nine of Cups. You've learned to do all that. Also, the card right before this, the Eight of Cups, is the card for this kind of a story here that I got. Walking away from things that are no longer serving you, that don't make you happy, that aren't working for you. Finally, letting those things go, and embracing a challenge as well. Again, don't have this card in front of me, but the Eight of Cups, there's a figure who's walking away from a valley and into the mountain. So this is knowing that there could be challenges ahead, but where you have been is no longer sustaining you or fulfilling you. So being open to traveling that road with that knowledge that it's not necessarily going to be easy. But again, you already went through all the trials. Your experience, your awakening here, in whatever way that this judgment is coming through, like you experienced some grand illumination, that, you know, makes that easier for you, you know? And so with this Nine of Cups, I really see this is like the journey coming full circle as far as you finally moving into the things that are what you want in your life. And the things that don't serve you and that drain you just no longer being a part of your reality. That's what this reality shift is with this Judgment card. And then at the end of the week, we have the Page of Swords. So this could be communication coming in. This could be you being better at communicating because you moved through all of this. Page is like new energy. This is like childlike energy. Immature, somebody who maybe is new to something. So you could be communicating in a new way. You could be receiving new communication. With the Page as well, people could start paying more attention to you as well. Swords can represent receiving attention. So this could be attention coming towards you for some reason. And new thoughts as well with the Page. And when I think of that, that's making me think of like when you're rewiring your subconscious, when you're unlearning things that you've embodied your whole life or a good portion of it. It's, you know, something as simple as learning how to accept love from another person. That's not a simple thing, guys. But as an example, something like learning how to accept love if you grew up in a home where you didn't feel loved, or, you know, that wasn't shown, affection wasn't shown in, you know, a traditional or regular way, you know. That could be you finally opening up to that energy so that you can receive the things that fill your 9 cups. So I feel like this Page of Swords is just saying that we're going to be thinking different. And the reason I said all that about learning how to receive love, with the Page being that new, young energy, this is like you're going into it like a child. I don't know a better way to, I'm trying to find a better way to word that, but like if you've never received love before and you don't know what to expect, you're going into it with this naivety, like a child, around what that looks like. And it could be like, it could be a little uncomfortable. It could be, you know, you feel like you're doing it wrong for a little bit or whatever. Like there's going to be this transition because it's something that you're newer at. You're trying out these new skills. You're acting as your higher self. And so it might feel a little bit awkward at first, but it is ultimately what is meant to happen for you right now. I think whatever this communication is, whether it's coming from you or to you, is meant to happen right now. And when I say that too, because I know I have things that I know I want and need to share with you guys, for my channel, for my life, for everything that relate deeply to why I do readings in the first place, my spiritual awakening, why I do the type of readings that I do, you know, more just like about who I am. There are certain things that I want to share, that I do plan on sharing with you guys later this week, that I know will catapult me to the next level. And it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's going to flock to me and be like, oh my gosh, Brianna. But, you know, like, it's something that I know is holding me back currently from stepping fully into who I want to be, because it's the basis of why I'm doing what I do. But I'm also feeling very guarded around it because it has to do with my upbringing and my trauma and, you know, so many things. I'm afraid to be that vulnerable. But right now is the time to be that vulnerable. And so, yeah, if you are dealing with something like that, if there's something that you need to say, this week is preparing you, and it's the time to say or do that thing, to just take that leap. Okay, so that's the energy, and that's a lot. I'm excited though, because, you know, for me, this is exactly where I want to be. I didn't mention it either, guys, in the beginning here, or maybe I did, I don't really remember. These crystals here, I drew some crystals for you guys before I started reading. And yeah, I'm excited to see how they tie into the reading. I haven't looked at them again yet. We have Kyanite, Bloodstone, Jasper, and then this one is Dragon's Blood. You can't really see it in this lighting over here. It's not great, but yeah. Strengthen, power up your vitals. This is deepen your perspective, power up your vitals, strengthen your foundation, and then the Bloodstone. Or Dragon's Blood might be. It's courage. Courage and strength, life force. So I think that's really awesome. We'll tie that more into the reading as I go on. But yeah, I just wanted to point those out. Anyway, back to it. So we are going to pull cards on what we need to do this week. I know, I feel like that intro, or the energy of the week, what to expect, kind of touched on that. It always does, but let's elaborate. Let's see what we, you, and that. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay, guys. Feel all those. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. opportunity, recovery, not the right time, a year from now, in the near future. Interesting. We have 2 timing cards. I know we're gonna get this one. Yeah, I think it's interesting we have 2 timing cards, but I do already have a sense of what they're talking about. I feel like in the near future is the catalyst, and a year from now is when you're gonna be looking back and be like, holy crap, I've come far. And you already probably feel that. I do feel like a lot of us are feeling that right now. Like, we're obviously, at the beginning of this reading was talking about us awakening to how far we've come and how much we've done, and really giving ourselves credit for that. So I do feel like that is coming through the reading really strong. But it's also us, goodness, where'd it go? Sorry guys, I had to close my blinds really quick. It's also us growing exponentially still from this point on. And then a year from now being like, whoa, since I had that realization, I have really put in the work and I've really accomplished a lot of things that I just had not expected to accomplish. So I think that's really beautiful with those timing cards. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get into the rest of these. We have opportunity, which you can't really see, guys. Opportunity, recovery, not the right time, a year from now, in the near future, and ask for help. Another timing card. Okay, real quick, opportunity. So we did talk about some newness up here with this Ace of Pentacles as starting out something new based off of a paradigm shift, based off of us perceiving ourselves in a new light. And so I think what this is saying with this opportunity card is this week, if something comes up for you to get out of your comfort zone, to try something new, do it. Do not think about it. If you're an overthinker and you're just like, just coming up with whatever reason you can to not go out and socialize or to not do something new because you just don't want to be uncomfortable. I'm going to use myself as an example. I literally have plans tonight in like 30 minutes. And at first I didn't really want to go. And that's because, you know, I'm doing my lady thing and I'd rather just stay here at home in bed, honestly. Like, it's cold outside, it's Friday night. I just would rather like chill on the couch with my husband, like, for real. But I also know that the person who's invited me out, I want to get to know them better. They seem really cool. I'm wanting to meet more people who are, who I feel like really understand who I am now as a person, who can relate to my experience, all that jazz. And so, like, I can't have both. I can't stay here on my couch and also, socialize and make new friends and meet new people who align with me and my values. So I'm going to get my ass outside and I'm going to go, to this thing. And this coming week, there's going to be things that pop up for you that you're going to not really feel like doing. And you're going to have all the excuses that usually work for you. But I'm telling you, now is not the time to make excuses. Now is not the time to continue to just let things go as they have and shrink yourself. Judgment, like, you are shedding that skin. Stop shrinking to fit into a cage that is just totally not your size, or to into this mold of who you've built yourself up to be. You don't owe anybody that. At this point, my last readings, we were moving away from a lot of energy, a lot of things that were holding us back. And this Judgment card, for me, is like, this is like the close, and this is like, okay, you're waking up into your new reality. So if you are still in a place mentally where you feel like you're trapped in this certain dynamic, in this certain role, like, please understand that is your own mental prison. And that if you are still in that reality, it is because you're refusing to leave. You're refusing to change it. And so right now is a really powerful time to make that change if you haven't already. I feel like a lot of us have already. A lot of us have been going through a lot of shit, and we moved on and we moved through it, and we're kind of coming out of the other end, and we're making big changes to help us move forward and put ourselves into a better position. But if you have not done that already, even if you have, and there's other new, bigger stuff that comes up that you still have not experienced before, say yes. Just try it. And, I feel like it's going to work out for the best. I was going to say try it and regret it later, but I don't think we're going to regret these decisions if we follow through. So I think that's what the opportunity card is saying. Recovery. I feel like whatever this experience is going to be really healing. So I feel like this is saying to allow yourself to heal. If you have a habit, after a situation of I keep going to overthinking because I've been a chronic overthinker for a lot of my life. So if you're a kind of person who goes out and has a social interaction and you come back and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that thing. They probably think I'm so stupid. And oh, it's so embarrassing. Next time I have to do this. No. Allow yourself to just be. Allow yourself to heal from thinking that you need to be anything more than who you are at any given moment. Allow yourself to show up fully in all your glory and all your beauty and all your quirks, and not beat yourself up for it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable this week. That's very important. This vulnerability and this openness is going to be extremely healing with this recovery card. So if there's anything that comes up for you that feels like a blockage, for some reason you get to this certain point in your project, literally just experienced this today and overcame it, thank God. But if there's something that you've been trying to accomplish and you just keep finding yourself in the same space, stuck and not being able to move forward with it, this is the time to sit with that energy and to move forward. This recovery card, you could see her. She's sitting here. But she's sitting. So I feel like this is saying when those uncomfortable emotions arise, don't distract yourself. Don't try not to feel it. Feel it as deeply as you can and figure it out, because there's a lot of healing that's meant to happen for you right now. We also have not the right time. This not the right time card, I'm immediately getting, it's not the right time to give up on whatever it is that you're about to accomplish. And again, I mentioned earlier, our last readings, we were overcoming a lot of different things. We were moving through a lot of traumas, a lot of just stuck, stagnant, repetitive energy. And so I feel like if you are at the tail end of that, again, this week is the week where we're going to be finally closing that stuff out, I feel. And so, the world is after judgment. That is that shift. Yeah, so right now is not the right time to give up. Right now is not the right time to be like, oh my gosh, this has been taking freaking forever. How am I going to keep going on? If you're at the end of your rope, now is the final test. Now is the final, okay, just the final push, the final lap, the final mile in a marathon. This is the final trek, and now is not the right time to give up on all that you've got on yourself. And I already touched on this. In the near future, you're gonna really start to see, and we already have the 9 of Cups and the Page of Swords at the end of the week here. So, and I love that it's falling right beneath it as well. So this is you're gonna see results pretty soon. You're stressing right now and you're just oh my gosh, it's taking forever. I'm tired of working on myself. I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm tired of showing up. I just wanna chill on my couch, like I said. But this is you're literally at the tail end. Just take a deep breath. Take, a moment to meditate, to ground, to do what you need to do in order to get in the right headspace. And then get back at it, because you're almost there. And a year from now, whatever it is that you're working on is going to be so different from what you're experiencing right now is going to be like mind-blowing. And you can also see in this card here, there's angels. You can't quite see in the lighting, but they're actually going all the way up into the background, and then they're like, they've got their hands up to the world, and there's all this webbing. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's almost reminding me of like quantum entanglement or like internet lines, I don't know. But it's like there's orchestration happening in the background. Like you're being heard, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest right now, whatever it is you're trying to do or who you're trying to become, you're being heard and you're being assisted. And we are co-creators with the universe. And so like what you're working toward right now, your guides are also working on in the background to bring you into alignment with the things that you're trying to achieve and receive. So now is not the time, again, not the right time to give up. It's going to turn around for you very, very soon. And a year from now, you're going to look back and be like, holy shit, I'm so glad I did not stop. As if you stop, opposite of this, straight up. Maybe. I mean, it's not that you can't achieve your dreams if you don't achieve them now, but it's going to really set you back. You don't want to, after you've come this far, why would you want to take steps backward? And it's not like, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, or 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's actually, I feel like it's more like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And it's like, why would you want to do that? I don't know. But yeah, and with that being said, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, if you're feeling like you know, you're trying to accomplish this new thing, this new business venture, this whatever that is, stop trying to go it alone if you've been trying to go it alone. I think this is also like, with the communication coming in, this could be like new connections with people. You're going to be meeting people who can help you, or you might have already met people who, I think I said earlier, who are where you want to be. And so this is you stepping outside of your comfort zone and asking for help. How did you do that? How did you get here? How do you make money that way? How did you meet this person? Like, and not being afraid to be vulnerable, to be a beginner with the Page of Swords. You know, you're not going to look stupid. You're going to look ambitious. I think it's something to be proud of, to not be afraid to ask people where to go and what to do next. And it's going to save you a lot of time as well. Why waste time trying to reinvent the wheel or trying to figure out, you know, you can figure out a whole new way to do things after you understand how it's done in the first place. Then you can reinvent, innovate, and all that other jazz. But first you need to understand the foundation of things and the basics of things. And so I feel like if that's something that you're trying to jump into something entirely new, it's really important to communicate where you need help and be open to receiving it. And so with that, I'm going to jump into the outcome because I'm running out of time here. And dear God, thank you for allowing only your pure and trustworthy messages to come through these cards. I did already clear these decks, but I just like to say that again. We're just trying to pull for the outcome. I'm just going to get 4 cards because I feel it. And let's see, we have abandon, endure, dream, and vision. All right, the outcome of this, Saturn. So we have Saturn in this card. This has to do with how we're perceived by the public, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, how others perceive us. And then this says abandon. So I feel like the outcome of this week is what I said already earlier, as far as you letting go of things that don't serve you. You can see they're holding up this giant pawn, and on top of it is Saturn. So this is like, and look at how they're holding it too. It's like, that is just heavy. So this is like you, again, finally letting go of what you're trying to be. Like you're trying to hold on to a reality that no longer serves you, that is no longer in line with who you are or where you're going. And this is you finally letting it go. This is you being like, okay, like, so what? So and so perceived me as this way this whole time, or so what? I've shown up in this way this whole time. You're ready to abandon that. Let it go, put it down. And this is you not being weighed down with the Saturn being on the top, not being weighed down by others' perception of you. So I think that's beautiful. That's a great outcome. Then we also have Endure, and then we have Eyes as well. So this card is making me think about, like, going back to people's perception of you. I feel like this is saying, like, don't worry about, like, haters. Don't worry about who's watching you. Just show up. Just stay strong. Don't worry about if somebody comes and tries to challenge you this week with this 5 of Wands. If somebody comes through and they're like, what? You did what? Oh my gosh. Wow, that's so, like, I would never, like, so what? I would. If you would, you should. If it's not something that's detrimental to yourself or somebody else, do what you want and need to do what feels right to you. And I feel like this is saying, you know, just don't give up on that. Don't worry about what other people have to say. Just endure, because at the end of the day, if you're the one who's showing up and doing the work, you're going to be so far from whoever right now is in your circle and saying, like, how could you, why would you, you know, like, it's very temporary. So I feel like at the end of this week, there might be, we already have, the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. There might be some severance happening between you and somebody else, or something else. And this is just saying you're strong enough to move through that. With the Dream card, we have an eagle, and that represents freedom, and it's on top of Saturn as well. So I think this is saying you have the power within you to become, to overcome societal norms, is what I feel with this Dream card. This is like dreaming the impossible. Don't worry about what other people, again, are saying or thinking, or what's normal, or what's, you know, acceptable. Your life is about you and what makes you happy. And so with this Dream card, I'm feeling like this is saying, don't be afraid to show up in, like, a new or different way. Because in you showing up and just being free and being yourself, it's going to end up being really inspirational to other people, is what I get with him perched on top of Saturn like that. It's like, fuck your societal norms. I am the new standard for normal. You know, that's what I get from this card. So I feel like you're creating, you're really just stepping out, and you're creating something for people, other people to aspire to, and other people are still paying attention to you. We have the Eyes, we have 2 Saturns, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of attention on you right now, or more than there usually is, but this is good attention. People might, I feel like this is you thinking that this attention is going to be bad for you, and you being like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to do this? It's just too heavy. This is definitely not going to work out for me. But again, this card says abandon. I feel like this is you abandoning those beliefs, and then finally overcoming them with this eagle. And look, it's like, first this is weighing you down, and now you're, like, perched on top of it. I think that's so cool. So yeah, whatever is weighing you down right now, you're going to master it for sure. And then we also have Vision. Similarly, we have this eagle, and we have Saturn again. This is huge. So again, lots and lots of attention, and we have Eyes. Oh my gosh, it's like all the cards combined. Whoa, okay. And so yeah, I really feel like this is your vision coming to life at the end of this week. Again, we are starting something. It's not like from scratch new, because this is something you've been wanting to do for a while, but you finally putting into action is what's new. And so yeah, this is like your vision finally coming into reality, like finally having a place in the world and being recognized for that. And it might not, that's what I was going to say, it might not be perfect, and nobody's expecting that. You know, again, beginner's energy here, and even if you're a master, it's still nothing's perfect. But I feel like this is you really stepping outside of things, and because you've taken those initial steps to finally do this thing that makes you uncomfortable, and it can be multiple things, socially, professionally, and financially, all sorts of different areas in your life that are affected by this. But I feel like this vision card is saying that you're going to be able to really see a lot farther as well after this. Like the things that you've been dreaming about that maybe you thought were really far out of reach. Now I'm getting this year from now card again. If you thought something was really far out of reach, like you're so much closer than you think. It's like this week is like setting up the start of some huge change for you, and like it's going to come into view for you. Yeah, it's going to come into view for you this week. What felt far away and felt impossible, you're going to be overcoming it, and then you're going to be realizing how little you actually have to do to get to where you want to go. That's what I feel. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and just look at these other cards real quick. Kyanite, Bloodstone, and Jasper. Let me just show these to you really quick. Maybe you can pause and read this. So this is saying deepen your perspective. I love that. I think it definitely goes with the reading as far as like you coming to that understanding of how far you've actually come and what you are able to do. And power up your vitals with the Bloodstone. And so for that, that's reminding me of this recovery card we have right here, and just doing things that make you feel alive and balance your energy so that you can keep moving forward. Really figuring out too how to balance and channel chi through you so that you can, it's like so you become like the Energizer Bunny. You know, you do things that bring life and light into your life. bring light and new life into your experience. I'll say it like that. And that's fueling you to keep going. So I feel like that's what that Bloodstone card is speaking on. And then we also have Jasper, that's strengthening your foundation. I love that because, oh my gosh, why did I not already make that connection? But we have this Four of Pentacles card right here as far as like setting a new foundation after having some sort of huge realization. And so I think that is what that Jasper is talking about. Is talking about just grounding your energy and really setting into this new reality and vibration. Kyanite is also about communication too, so tying into this Page of Swords and really speaking your truth, showing up authentically, not being afraid to receive attention, because ultimately this attention is going to be positive, it's going to be for your benefit, even if it does not feel like it right now. And then we also have the Dragon's Blood Crystal, which I mentioned earlier was for courage. And so this week you're not only going to have the courage to step outside of your comfort zone, but you're going to gain more courage from it. You're going to become more confident because it's going to go so much better than you're expecting. And so with that, I do need to close this out. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the last card for you guys, and I gotta get going. But let's see, Spirit, what's the final closing message for the collective? Chamomile. I love that. I do need to look it up. I'm gonna look this one up. But chamomile tea. If you like tea, if you're an herbalist or whatever, I feel like a lot of people have heard what chamomile is, but it's calming and it just helps to relax you. And so I feel like that is such like an awesome card to get with this reading, because it's talking about like, I don't know, finding a new center, stepping into something new. And I feel like this chamomile card is just saying, when you go into that, just know like it's gonna be okay. Like, take it a day at a time, take your time. what's happening for you right now is a huge transformation. It's going to be like not an overnight success. It's going to be swift success for you, but it's happening because of consistent small actions, is what I feel, that are going to compound quickly. So this chamomile card is just making me think of like just taking it one step at a time. Take it easy, but don't stop. And so let me see, chamomile, let's just read this message. I'm using the Dawn book, by the way. There are 2 books for this deck. And this one is for if you are starting a new project, building new relationships, or focusing on revitalizing yourself. So it says, chamomile is a great companion plant to grow in your garden, protecting other plants from pests with the scent of its flowers and antibacterial properties of its leaves. It is particularly fond of herbs such as mint and even improves their taste and fragrance when in close proximity. This card is encouraging you to lean on a strong existing relationship, ask for help, communication, that has provided support and companionship in the past. Or it may be suggesting that there is a new one on the horizon. Page of Swords. Who inspires you to be the best you can be? Who do you rely on and trust the most? Who are you grateful for above all others? You will be hearing from them soon. Love it. So everything I said about the chamomile card, I still stand by that. Of course, reading intuitively, that's what I feel. But this is also just further validating that there's going to be some sort of connection that's going to be really valuable to this week. And that you should be open to asking for help and leaning on others, because I feel like that community, that assistance is going to help you. Oh no! Sorry. I feel like that assistance is going to help you really move smoothly into this next week. And so with that, guys, I am going to go ahead and bring this to a close. I wish you guys all the best of luck. Be open your hearts, open your minds. Don't be afraid to take risks, to try something new, put yourself out there. Communicate clearly, openly, honestly. All of this is going to really work out in your favor this week, guys. So yeah, I wish you guys all the best of luck. Thank you so much again for being here. And real quick, if I didn't say at the beginning of the video, I do want to say thank you to the people who have been here up until this point. I know a few of you have mentioned to me that you watched my old videos and you might have asked me if I was going to post again. And that's huge to me, guys, even if it's just like a few people. I'm here because I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy helping you guys to feel empowered and encouraged to move forward, knowing that things will work out, or that you are capable. That is why I do this at the end of the day. So for those of you who have let me know that you watch these and that it's helping you, I really appreciate that. It means so much to me, and helps me to keep going and helps me to show up again for you guys here today. So just wanted to send out that gratitude before I cut out. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. I will see you next week.